Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video with Chase Cook Outdoors. Today, I want to review my Mystery Ranch Metcalf pack that I've had now for 4 hunting seasons. So this is the previous version. I know that they have a new model out which has a new Guidelight MT frame, but the packs are pretty similar. There are some other differences, and hopefully I'll be able to do a review on that pack as well. But I just want to give you a long-term overview of what I've experienced with this pack, the things that I really like about it, and some of the things that for me I wish could be a little bit better, I think could be a little bit better on this pack. And I'll talk about some of the updates they made on the new version, but the packs are pretty similar. But overall, like I said, I've had this pack now for 4 hunting seasons. You know, I've packed out a lot of animals with it. You know, it's a big investment. You're gonna spend over $500 for this pack, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this was by far the best, or one of the best investments that I've made, you know, from a hunting standpoint. I've packed out a lot of animals over my lifetime, and I didn't realize how nice it was to have, you know, a backpack that is built specifically for carrying heavier loads and carrying that weight, you know, the correct weight on your body. If you have a pack right now where you don't have a rigid frame and you put a lot of weight in there and you feel like it's just really wrenching down on your shoulders get super sore after you've hiked in for a little while, then trust me, it is worth the investment to get a nice pack. Whether it's the Metcalf, you know, it's an EXO, there's other great packs that are out there, but if this is a pack that you're specifically looking at, then hopefully this will help you decide if this is gonna be the right pack for you. Now, like I said, this pack right here is about 4,300 cubic inches. And with this size, what I like about this size in general is that, one, it's great for a multi-day hiking. So I did a 6-day bow hunt in Idaho last year. I used this pack for the entire time. I was able to pack in enough gear that we were on the mountain for 2.5, 3 days, and it fit all my gear fine. So that's what you get with about 4,300 cubic inches. But it's also nice too, because for just a day hike or a day hunt, if you need to have this thing, you know, minimal, you can really compress this thing down and get it nice and close to the body. There's a lid on here, which I'll show you. You can take that off. So if needed, if you're just using it for a day hunt, it still compresses small enough that you don't feel like you're wearing a pack that's just way too big, you know, for a day hunt. So I like the size capacity. I've actually got this thing completely loaded up right now with most of the gear that I would take on, say, a 2-3 day hunt. I've got it inside here, so I'll actually show you what's inside, just to give you a kind of an idea of how much gear I can fit in here and how easily it gets inside here. But as far as durability goes, that's important because you're making a big investment. Over 500 bucks. So with this, I've had no issues as far as durability goes. Yeah, you can see there's definitely some wear on it, but that's to be expected. You know, when you're, you know, hiking through the brush. I have not been easy on this pack whatsoever. But as far as the stitching goes, I've had no stitching tear. You know, all the fabric I believe is a 500 denier, so it's a heavy duty fabric. You know, some people complain about this pack being a little bit on the heavy side, weighing about 5.6 pounds with nothing in it. I'm totally okay with that. Weight to me is irrelevant, especially once you get this thing loaded up. I'm not going to stress out about having maybe a pound or 2 extra as far as just the pack of the weight of the pack goes. But it's a heavy duty fabric. All the zippers are heavy duty. You got big pull tabs on all of these. So with zippers, stitching, material, I've had no issues. So I have 0 complaints about the durability, which has been really nice. That was something I worried about with this pack is, man, what if I'm in the middle of a hunt and I have some stitching blowout? But that hasn't happened. So awesome construction. Now, if you look at it here, I'll show you the actual frame, because this to me is what you're really investing in here, is you're getting a lot of storage space, but also you're getting a pack that is incredible at carrying a lot of weight. So with this, they have their Guidelight frame. Like I said earlier, this is the previous model. They now have the Guidelight MT frame, which is a little bit different. But essentially, you have a carbon fiber frame inside here. It's very rigid. You can see it coming right up the back here. And here's what I love. When you put this on, you've got your lumbar support here. You've got your load lifter straps up here on the top. I can load this thing up with 60 to 80 pounds. And yeah, you're gonna feel that weight. I don't care what backpack you're wearing, you're gonna feel 80 pounds when you have it on. But what's amazing about this pack is that once you have it on, and you have it fitted correctly, that's one important thing to know, is you wanna make sure that you measure your body and get the right size, because they're different sizes, but you can adjust the size of it, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But once you have this thing totally loaded up, it carries the weight so well. You carry the weight and it rests on your hips versus on your shoulders. So even when you have it big and heavy, you know, your shoulders, you know, your back's still gonna get a little bit sore, but you're not gonna get that soreness that you would feel without having a nice rigid frame inside the pack. So that to me has been the biggest difference maker, is just how much weight I can carry comfortably. You know, right now with this pack fully loaded up with most of my hunting gear, I'm sitting just under, you know, about 37 pounds. And for me, I can carry 37 pounds all day long. I can hike with this all day. I can take it on a multi-day hunt. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit sore at the end of the day, a little bit tired, but I have no issues carrying that much weight, which is awesome. And also what's nice too, we'll talk about it, but you can detach the pack from the frame. So when you need to pack out meat, you don't have to put the meat inside here. It actually goes between the pack and the frame itself. You cinch everything down, and that way you're carrying all your gear plus your meat, and you're not mixing the two, which is really nice. So the weight bearing capacity, by far the best thing that I've ever invested in. That's why I love it so much. I've packed out a lot of animals with this, and I'm telling you right now, if you're on the fence of whether or not it's worth spending that much money on a pack, it is. It will make a huge difference for you. So again, you got your load lifter straps, the waist belt's nice and thick, you've got your strap right here in the center. You pull those forward to cinch everything down. I've got a few extra accessories on here that I bought that didn't come with the pack. So I've got this for my Garmin Rhino 655. I've got this FHF little carrier for that. I've got a little zippered pouch over here on the right side. That didn't come with the pack. I bought that separate as well. So let's talk about some of the straps here. So like I mentioned earlier, you've got this lid that will come included. And inside here, I'll just kind of walk you through and show you everything that I have inside. So like I said, this lid is detachable. If you want to take it off, it's easy to do so. I'm just gonna pop these buckles here off. So there is my lid. And then here you have the main pack. Now one thing that I feel, and I don't really think you can avoid this, but once you have this pack empty and it's fully compressed, there's a lot of straps on here. So yeah, you've got a lot of additional length. So, you know, it looks kind of, I'm not gonna say silly, but when you have everything compressed down, you just have a lot of length in all these straps. So you have to go through and roll them all up and then use these little Velcro ties that they have to hold that in place. Not a huge deal, but again, just if you have this thing fully cinched down, you're gonna notice you got a lot of extra straps just kind of dangling off, but not a huge deal. But in any case, that's one thing I did notice. But you've got these two straps right here in the front. This is what I use to carry my bow. So if I'm packing in, I can actually just take these, add a little bit of length to it. My bow sits on here really nicely. If I had the lid on, still really easy to get my bow attached to there, so that's really nice. Undo these two straps up here. You've got two cinch cords actually up here on the top to open this up. And then inside here, I've actually got all my gear. So I've got my tent, my food, sleeping bag, sleeping pad. You know, inside the lid, I've got all my, you know, my towels, washcloths, all my additional gear that I would need. So like I said, it carries everything easily. Again, about 37 pounds fully loaded up, and it does a phenomenal job carrying that weight. You'll notice on the side here, you do have this little pouch. Here's a couple things about this that I feel could be a little bit better if it were me designing this pack. I love everything about it. However, this pouch right here on the side, and again, this is the original model with the new MT frame. They did change it up a little bit, but you got these two compression straps here, and this is where I'll keep either my hiking poles, or if I'm taking my camera with me, I'll actually put my tripod right here. You can do a spotting scope. The only nitpick I have is that you have this zipper that goes along the entire side, which is nice because it gives you side access. So you don't have to take the lid off and undo the cinch cords. You can just open up this side zipper. However, once you have something that's tied down right here on the side, in order to open that, I've got to undo these buckles and then, you know, pull whatever I have right there out, and then that will give me access to open that up. So that's the only thing I noticed where it's like, man, I wish I didn't have to do that every time I want to open up the side compartment. You know, maybe you could design it a little bit differently to get around that, but that's really only one nitpick I have. And then down here with this pouch right here, I wish this had a cinch cord so I could cinch that down a little bit, because sometimes I'll put items in here and it's a big pocket. I just wish I could cinch that top up a little bit to kind of keep the items a little bit more secure inside there. And really the last thing about it that I wish was a little bit different, and I've actually heard this from a couple other people, is I wish that they just included a little bit more pockets on the outside. So this frame, the original, which I actually really do like, is you have a zippered pocket right here on the side. On the new pack, they actually got rid of this zipper, and you just have that pouch on both sides. So I actually like having that zipper pocket on one side. But on the inside of this, it's just one large main compartment, and there's no additional organizational compartments inside there. You've got your lid that has those two big pockets. If it were me, it would be nice to maybe have a couple more external pockets on the outside just to carry some of your smaller items with you, so you're not having to put everything into the bigger pockets in the lid or inside the pack. Other than that, like I said, durability has been awesome. I have no other complaints with this. You'll notice right here, I take it back. So right here on this lower strap, the stitching did come undone. So that's the only, as far as durability goes, that's the only thing that happened. This was stitched up, so it was a loop. But other than that, it's been an amazing pack. It carries weight really, really well. I can get all my gear in here for a multi-day hunt. I can strap my bow to the back here. I can carry 70, 80 pounds. Yeah, you're gonna feel it, but the way that this supports it around the lower back, around the hip area, it does an incredible job. Your straps aren't just wrenching down on your shoulders the entire time. So if you are looking to pick up a Metcalf from Mystery Ranch, I highly endorse this pack. I bought this with my own money, and it's, like I said, probably one of the best investments as far as hunting goes that I've ever made. I use it for my multi-day hunts, for my single-day hunts. Could not be happier. So if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these, definitely worth the investment. Like I said, there's some other great packs that are out there. I'd love to try some other packs, but for this being my first high-end load carrying pack, I could not be happier. So hopefully this has helped you decide if this is a pack worth investing in. And if you guys have more questions, you want some more of my feedback, what I've experienced, I'm more than happy to give that to you. So you can leave those questions or comments below. If you like this review, then give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'm planning to do a lot more reviews like the one you saw today, so stay subscribed and stay up to date. I'm Chase with Chase Cook Outdoors. Thanks for watching.